Okay, once you've created a new design in Aurora, you're going to see some basic Google imagery of the home pop up. So we want some better, higher quality imagery, so come up here to where it says Enable HD Imagery and click that button once. After you click that button, this window will pop up, and this is just a list of all the different photos listed by date that Nearmap has taken of the area. So cycle through your old Nearmap images and try and find the one that's most recent with the highest quality. To kind of find the best of both worlds there. In this case, I know that August 1st is a really good image, so just make sure that the checkbox next to it has a check mark in it, and then you hit Get Imagery to load the image. Okay, so you can see that this image is really clear. It's going to be really easy to build off of because nothing's skewed. There's no trees in the way or anything. All right, so you want to come down here to Map Split in the bottom left corner. Click that once, then hit Street View. That'll bring up the home. Not every home has Street View, but in this case we've got it, so let's use it. We look at the home here. It's just a basic A-frame, two-sided roof. It's a simple structure we're trying to build. All right, let's start drawing. To do that, you're going to come over here to where it says Smart Roof and click once, or you can just press R on your keyboard. That'll bring up this little crosshair, and you're just going to go over to the left corner here and just click the left mouse button once. That'll bring up this little line. You're going to trace the edge of the roof with that line and go to the next corner and click once again. This will bring up another line, and you can see that there's this orange dotted line. This helps you kind of guide to make sure that your angles are at 90 degrees always. Make sure your home is very straight. It helps you make sure that you're not kind of, going out here and making your house all wonky. So then come here, and you can see this white stripe at the bottom. That's the gutter of the home. You do not want to include the gutter of the home within the boundary of your house drawing. So try and get that dotted line. Click one more time to change direction. And then you're going to try and guide that orange dotted line in between the shingles and the white stripe of the gutter. Now when you get to the other side, you'll notice a second orange dotted line has shown up. This means that it's 90 degrees from the bottom right dot you drew and the top left dot you drew. So once you see those two dotted lines, you know that's probably where you want it. So you're going to click again, and then you're going to drag this up all the way to the top. And when you hover over this dot that you started with, it's going to enlarge. And that's how you know once you click there, it'll close the loop, and then you'll have your shape to work with. Okay, so we can see that this home has 4 sides now. It kind of looks more like a pyramid than that A-frame shape we were seeing earlier. And we can see that here in the map split. Notice that on the street view, it only has a north-facing roof and a south-facing roof. And so in ours, we can tell, okay, we can delete the west and east-facing roofs. How do you tell which way they're facing? You can either rotate the camera and look, or you can come up to this button up here that says View and turn on your azimuth. This shows little arrows to show which way those roofs are facing. So as you can see, this face is facing north, this face is facing south. Those are the ones we want to keep, and these ones are facing west and east. Whenever there's a fold cutting through the middle of a triangle like this, odds are you can delete that triangle. So we're going to double click on the home, and once you double click it, you can see that you can select individual roof faces. We're going to select the west face and hit the delete key. We're going to do the same thing with the east face, and now you can see that dotted line is the ridge. It matches up, and we have those 2 roof faces, and that's our basic A-frame roof shape. Now it's just a matter of getting the correct height and the correct pitch of the roof. You might be asking, okay, how do we do that? It's called lidar, and it's this button up here. When you click it, a bunch of colors are going to pop up. Now, what these colors are Nearmap will send a plane flying over a neighborhood, and that plane will shoot lasers down at the home. However long it takes for those lasers to bounce back up to the plane, they can know how tall things on the ground are from the air. So all these colors you're seeing represent how long it took for those lasers to bounce back up. The taller things took less time, the shorter things took more time. You're going to come over here to LiDAR settings, and you can either do mesh LiDAR, which looks like this that we have now, or you can do point cloud, which are these tiny little dots. There's no right or wrong answer on which one to use. I personally like the point cloud because you can kind of see through what you're working on through the dots, and it's easier to line up, where the roof should go. You want the gutters of the home here to line up with the edge of the LiDAR. So I'm going to click the home once. And to raise the height, you can either click this arrow here, Or you can come over on this side and either use the box or this little scroll meter here. I personally like the arrow. You're just going to click and hold the mouse button and then drag up the home until the edge of the gutters line up with those dots. Then you're going to let go. All right, so you can see the roof gutter is cutting nicely through those dots about halfway. That's exactly where we want it. We can still see, however, there's a gap in between the ridge of our home and the top of the lidar there. That's called the pitch. Now I'm going to double click the home. I'm going to select one of the roof faces. And we're going to slowly raise the pitch until we kind of fill that gap there. I'll turn off the lidar so you can see it better. There's a gap in between the two. Go over and click apply to all roof faces. That's going to mean any changes I make to the one roof face is going to affect the other as well. So it'll increase the pitch of both of them equally. So to do that, I'm going to come over to this box here where it says pitch. I'm going to click once in the box, use the mouse scroll wheel to just slowly increase the pitch. And you can see the roof is rising now. And we can see that the surface of the roof is cutting about halfway through those dots. That's exactly what we want. We want about half those dots to be visible. So there you have it. You have your basic roof shape that you now know how to draw. These are principles that you'll be using in pretty much all your houses going forward. So it's a good thing to learn. And we'll finish up this house in a different video.